Hi everyone, this is Brandon's dad, and you're watching True School Sports.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Jermall Charlo, we do know that he is finally taking his talents to a new weight class, and he'll be moving up from 154 to 160, which raises a lot of questions and gives the division a lot of new life, I think. Not new life, but a new dimension, I should say. And basically, Jermall Charlo, as he's already moved to 160, he's already landed at number 2 on the WBC rankings. So, with that being said, Curtis Lemieux and Curtis Stevens and David Lemieux had their fight on Saturday. You had Curtis Stevens ranked at number 3. You had David Lemieux ranked at number 4. So my question would be, now that David Lemieux has won, is the WBC going to order a mandatory or a WBC title eliminator for Charlo versus Lemieux? That would seem to make sense. That he just got into the division. Lemieux is someone he could, who's not the most talented fighter in the world, but still a very dangerous opponent that he has to be on his P's and Q's against. And if he can beat him, that's his first fight at 160. He gets that out of the way if he beats Lemieux, and he becomes the mandatory for Golovkin if that's what happens according to the rankings. Now, I'm just going by the rankings. I'm not saying I agree with them or I disagree with them, but I'm just telling you guys the rankings were Charlo's ranked number 2 by the WBC at middleweight. You got Lemieux, who was ranked 4th coming into Saturday night, and he beat Stevens, who was number 3 coming into Saturday night. So with that being said, it only makes sense that those two would have to naturally be the guys you would think would be in some sort of fight, some sort of eliminator fight for the mandatory spot. I'm gonna go look to see who's number 1 because I don't have the rankings in front of me. I'm just reading a boxing scene article right now, but the actual number 1 mandatory is some guy named Jorge Sebastian Highland from Argentina. Now, I don't know who the hell that is, Jorge Sebastian Highland, and I don't necessarily want to see Jorge Sebastian Highland fight Gennady Golovkin because I don't know who the hell he is, and if I don't know who the hell he is, unless he has some sort of crazy amateur record, or I don't know. Who is this guy? Jorge Sebastian Highland, 30 years old, 28-4. So this guy, Jorge Sebastian Highland, is 28-4. He's lost to a bunch of guys I've never heard of. And that's what it is. I don't want to really see Golovkin fight the number 1 guy. So yeah, I would like to see him. I would like to see an eliminator fight between Lemieux and Charlo, WBC eliminator, to fight Golovkin. That's what seems to make the most sense to me because those are 2 guys. Well, Lemieux has a proven track record at middleweight. Charlo is the new guy on the block that you guys have bumped. You guys being the WBC have bumped all the way up to number 2. So now that Lemieux has won and beat the number 3 guy, it only makes sense that he should fight the other guy in the division, which is Charlo, who's ranked that high. Jorge Sebastian Highland, I don't know who he is. I don't know how he got that high, and I don't believe Golovkin should fight him at all at any time because we don't know who he is, and he has 4 losses against guys we've never heard of. At least guys like Granados, we know Frankie Gomez, we know. We don't know the guys that Jorge Sebastian Highland's lost to, so he doesn't appear to be some sort of world-class fighter. We want to see Golovkin in with the best. He is one of the best middleweights of all time, and we want to see him challenge as such. And I feel, he's going to get a better challenge in a winner versus Lemieux versus Charlo. Now, Charlo, we do know that when he was at 154, he was much too big for the weight, and even at 160, he is a natural 160-pounder, but he might even be just big enough for he's big for 160 as well. So if Golovkin ever does fight, let's say Golovkin does fight Charlo, it would be a tough fight for him in terms of dealing with that size. Skill for skill, he's a better fighter than Charlo. Although Charlo is a skilled fighter, he showed that the way he knocked out Julian Williams and handled his boxing ability. But he's a new kid on the block. He's the number 2 challenger, or the number 2 contender in the division. And yeah, that's what it is. So hopefully Charlo can get enrolled in the clean boxing program because he's not enrolled in the CBP right now. And we need that to happen because that's the WBC drug testing protocol. Although we do know, we have to preface this by saying that the WBC clean boxing program and the WBC in general has a lot of rules with a lot of wiggle room and a lot of gray areas to where you can get away with maybe taking some stuff, taking some PEDs, and as long as as long as they don't deem it as a violation of the rules, because they can do that. They have the final say whether they really enforce the rules or not. Then you're okay. So if he's cool with the WBC and he wants to take some stuff, by all means. I'm not encouraging it, but I'm just saying that's what happens usually anyway. So with that being said, yeah, Lemieux versus Charlo. Hopefully that's what happens. Hopefully we can, clean up the sport a little bit. And I will be making a video about Lemieux missing the IBF weigh-ins, because that was a big deal. But I want to get some more information about that. I gotta talk to some people from Lemieux's team that I know, and that's what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Jermall Charlo ranked number 2 at WBC, although he hasn't had a fight there yet. What do you guys think? Who do you think he should fight first round of middleweight? Should it be a WBC title eliminator to fight Golovkin? And if he does fight Golovkin, what chance do you guys give him against a guy like GGG? Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.